Hey guys, it's Kristen and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a plan with me using Scribble Co.'s Wanderlust kit. I bought this kit a while ago and I've been holding on to it for this week specifically because it's got a lot of purple and gold in it, and this is the week that August kind of runs into September, so I thought the colors matched really nicely, even though this is a neutral planner, but with the two little flags on top. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with my little things. I do almost always put the little things, actually not almost always, I always put the little things on the bottom. And typically what I do is I start kind of chronologically. So I plan the little things in the order that they happen with the exception of the meal little thing. And that's just because I put all of those on top just to kind of top off the whole section. And something that I typically also do that I did not do this time, and I actually really like the way that it turned out. Typically when I'm putting down my little things, I do match the colors kind of to the ombre heart checklist that I do on top. And this week, I think because the colors in just like the full boxes and the washi in general are so mixed, there's not just like one specific like color in each box or anything like that. I did go ahead and kind of mix them up throughout each day. I actually really like the way it turned out, like I said. And I'm sorry, my camera keeps going in and out of focus. I'm still getting used to using it and figuring out how it works and everything. So yeah, that's hopefully something I'll fix in the future. And I also really love how many little TV icons are in here now, or TV little things, that she has 8 in the newer kits, because especially right now, like right now I'm watching a lot of shows kind of on Netflix and stuff, but going into like the fall and everything when all the TV shows are coming out, I'm gonna need a lot of TV icons. And then once I finish with the little things, I go in and I put the little thing header on top. I don't always do this, but because of the way I was planning on laying this week out, it kind of worked for me. Typically, I wait to put the headers on until I put down the full boxes and the washi throughout the day, and that's just because I don't always have room for everything, and I like to layer the headers on top of whatever's above it. But because of the way that I planned with the full boxes this week, it worked out perfectly pretty much. Typically what I would do is put the full boxes like directly in that middle section, and then just build the bottom with washi and stuff. But this week I kind of spread that out a little bit so that it worked. And now I'm going in with the ombre heart checklists. And something else I've started doing, or not really started, but for the last few months, I've been putting my checklists on top. When I first started planning, I was barely even using stickers. But when I first started using like full kits, I would put either the checklist or the ombre heart checklist in the middle and put the full boxes on top because I thought that that looked prettier, because you would have the full boxes like directly at the top of the kit with the deco, whatever. And I really liked the way that that looked. But I found this to be a little bit more functional, putting the to-do lists on top, because it kind of gives me, at the beginning of every day, when I look at my planner, it gives me my list of everything that I have to do, and then all the things that come after are kind of filled in the middle. Although it doesn't really matter, no, but I just like the way it looks now. So now I'm going in and I'm putting in the today headers. And now that I'm thinking about it, I am pretty sure I bought the glitter headers for this kit and didn't pull them out, which really upsets me. Because I don't like using the today headers. I have nothing against them. I still use them all the time, but I don't know. I like the way that the glitter headers look. I like having the to-do headers. I like the little thing headers, but I don't like the today ones. I don't know. And that's with any kit. Even with my kits, I hardly ever use them. So now I'm going in with the full boxes, and what I've started doing more recently is, like I said, what I did with this week's spread, is I put the full boxes not necessarily in the box itself, but I kind of make it like an accent point of the day, and it also really depends on what I have going on that day. Like Sunday, I have an engagement party to go to, so I'm not really going to be putting anything down at that point. So I put down a pretty full, full box, something that has a lot going on. I've also gotten more strategic with what boxes I'm putting where. Um, I like to put the busier boxes on days where I have less to do, or things that like correspond with what I'm doing that day, if it's something that matches up, something like that. Um, Wednesday and Thursday, though, I'm sorry, Thursday and Friday, I kind of messed up. I should have done those opposite. I should have put Thursday down a little bit lower, but whatever, it works. And I also didn't do it on purpose, but I love the way it turned out that I have the girl on Monday facing to the left and the girl on Sunday facing out to the right. I think it really just framed the whole week really nicely. So I like the way that that came out. And something else I'm still not really I don't even know. I used to use the half boxes all the time. I used to line them up perfectly in a row. Everything would match up perfectly. It would look great. And something happened. I don't know what, but I just have not been using the half boxes as often or the way that I used to use them. And I love half boxes. So I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to use them. I think it's got more to do with the fact that my schedule has changed so drastically in the last few weeks. I don't know how much you guys know or care to know, but I used to work a full time job before, until about the end of July, actually. And around that time, I decided to leave and focus on Etsy full time, so I don't really have a strict schedule. I just kind of have things that I do on a regular basis or on a daily basis. Um, so what I used to use the half boxes for was like my work schedule or something I'd have to do after work. It always had like a purpose. And now that I'm not on such a strict schedule, I don't really know what to use them for. And this week, actually, school is starting again, which I'm still very up in the air about what I'm doing with school right now. But I'm using the half boxes for school, but I'm only taking classes on Thursday and Friday. So it's kind of, like I said, I just don't really know how to use the half boxes. So I did go ahead and I put down the bill due sticker on Thursday, and I have a little bit of space. I don't know if you can see it between the full box and the bill due box, but because the gray header is there, it really doesn't bother me that much. And I, like I said, kind of screwed this up because my Thursday class is actually super early in the morning. My Friday class is in the afternoon, but I didn't want to cover up the suitcases on the Friday box, or the globe on the Thursday box, or hot air balloon, whatever that is. So I kind of messed those up, but that's okay. And I really like the way I did that with the little teardrop and the clinking glasses on Sunday for the party. And here, completely out of frame, I'm putting in the date covers, which I was debating whether or not I wanted to use. I kind of didn't want to use them because the planner is neutral, and I really like the way that the first is marked, that it said September up there. But I ended up using them anyway just because I had them and I wasn't really planning on using this kit after this. Although with how much I have left, which you'll see at the end, I actually might be able to do a full spread in like my personal kit or like a white space spread. So we'll see. I'm not sure what I'm doing with that yet. So for the sidebar, I'm just putting down the quote box. And then I'm going in with 2 habit trackers and a skinny piece of washi in between. And my sidebar pretty much stays the same from week to week, but it depends on what kit I'm using, and how much fits on the sidebar. So what I really like to do is mark this week, and I always write down my work hours, specifically like what hours I worked on my Etsy shop, to kind of keep track of how many hours I'm actually working, because when you work from home and that's your primary job, you don't really, or at least I don't really pay attention to when I'm working or how much I'm doing. And then I just put down an extra to-do list at the bottom. And this is just kind of an overview of what the spread looks like beforehand. Then I went ahead and filled everything in with a nice little cut. So I filled in my to-do lists for the most part. There are some days that I left relatively blank. Monday and Tuesday were pretty easy to fill out. I put in some deco and things like that. And yeah, I really love the way that this spread turned out. Like I said, I do have a lot of extra stickers left over. So yeah, we'll see what I'm going to use those for. I'm not sure yet. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like this video. I hope I'm getting better at this. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.